What superpower do you need for 2021? Let's find out in today's Points to Ponder. Hello, I'm your Christian coach, Jo Heather Dodson. For Christmas, my husband and I gave our youngest son this book, What Should Danny Do? The reason I love it is because it focuses on the power to choose, or P to C. It depicts P to C as Danny's superpower. So how can the power to choose become your superpower? Number 1, decide now to notice. I've mentioned Viktor Frankl to you before. He was an Austrian neurologist, psychologist, and a survivor of a Nazi concentration camp. He wrote from his experiences and said, between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. As I dig into what he's saying here, I step back and see that there is a space between what's happening to me and how I respond to it. What might happen if you decide to notice that space? How can you practice noticing today? Number 2, give yourself a pause button. When I was younger, I was what we call in the South a hothead. I was quick-tempered and let you know when something didn't go the way I expected it. I praise God that over the years, He's loved me enough to help me overcome that challenging part of my younger self. It took time, but I finally began to recognize the potential of space between an action and my reaction. Picture a pause button. Now imagine yourself pressing the button. How can this pause give you the space to think and consider what happens next? Number 3, you have the power. Okay, you've noticed that space exists between your experiences and your responses. You've pressed the pause button to give yourself time to think, and now it's time to put your superpower into action. What will you choose? The authors of this book note that our choices shape our days and ultimately our lives. But you don't need a kid's book to tell you that. Take some time this week to slow yourself down just enough to realize you do have a superpower with you all the time, your power to choose. If you're looking for another way to amp up the power for 2021, sign up today for my Fill Your Joy Tank virtual retreat for women January 30th. The link to register is in the comments section. During this 3-hour retreat, you'll explore how choosing joy can bring you energy for the days ahead. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next Tuesday as we chat more about Points to Ponder.